Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Per, I didn't grab anything to drink because I just had breakfast, so I'm not thirsty, but I do have my cup mug. Ooh, we have a panel full of cup mugs. I don't know if you're gonna see it, but panel full of cup mugs. Oh, you
It
do
is
panel full of
visible.
cup mugs.
Yes.
Hey. Our Deal No Deal Island edition. Brr.
There we
You
go.
you can get your cup mug 2.0 at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. I mean, unless your postal service is a little slow, which is possible, and that's fine. But a delay is not a denial. It will get there. It just might be a little late, but you can still get it. So get your cup, mug, or any of our beautiful cup merch. Period.
And hello, my name is Jack. I am the resident game designer of the panel, and today I'm here for two things, mainly the zip line, but also to interview the first boot of season 2 of Deal or No Deal Island.
Not
And
Jack
I
stealing
also
my
don't have
shine.
anything. Oh my god.
Not Jack stealing my shine. Like, what? That's the host job, but it's
Oh
okay.
god.
It's all right. Yeah. It's your first interview, so I'm very
I
excited that
know,
you're
it's
here.
weird. It's weird.
I'm just excited you're here, and I'm excited that we do get to interview the first boot off of Deal or No Deal Island, Luke. I'm sad that he's gone, but I'm happy that he's here today to talk to us and tell us all about the experience of Deal or No Deal Island. And guess what, y'all? Luke might not be our only interview. We might be getting more and more exit interviews from Deal or No Deal Island this season. So I'm very, very excited to announce that here on the Cup TV. It's I didn't expect it, but here we are. So I'm very excited. And I'm excited to talk to Luke. I want to know everything that he was thinking and how he enjoyed his time on the island. So we're just gonna get right into it. But before we do, y'all know what to do. If y'all want to get more interviews from these people and more content from us, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bells. We're going to be doing as much as we possibly can in 2025. And we need you to give us more subscribers. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And I'm working my tail off to get there. So me and Jack, we're going to work our tail off to get there. So we hope that you will help us out. Tell your friends, anybody who you know, do that. But all of the links will be in the description below, as well as all of our other links to all of our other channels. We have 3 other channels. Our audio podcast links will be down there. Our YouTube, Patreon links will be down there as well in the description below, and all of our socials. So follow us, tell us that you support us, and we appreciate you. But now let's stop the talking because you're not here for us. You're here for Luke. So let's get to Luke. Take it away. All right, y'all, we are here. We are back with the first eliminated player from Deal or No Deal Island. Luke Olejniczak is here.
Yes,
Woo!
yes, good job pronouncing the last name.
Thank you so much. I want to get it right. I want to get it right. But we first of all, Luke, thank you so much for joining this podcast. We appreciate you taking the time out to talk to us. We're excited. I hate that you're here so early because I was like, oh, Luke is so sweet. But so sweet. Didn't want to see you go that early, but here we are. So I want to know how you're feeling about watching your elimination episode, and are there any regrets?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, come on, let's be honest. It was a dumpster fire debut, okay? But I mean, let's try to pull out the positives. I think we brought joy to plenty of households at home, at least laughter. Plenty of people thought, well, geez, if this goof can get on the show, anybody can. So maybe I left them with that. Um, But yeah, the one thing about the episode that I was surprised about was how heavily edited it was. There was a lot of missing parts that really would have contributed to the story itself. One being that Stacia looked venomous, right? She's a New Yorker. Uh, she's a Spitfire, but she had reason to be that upset. We had a conversation on the island that hey, if I win, you're going to be going home, because I had a handshake with David prior to you coming to me that I wasn't going to send David home. I was going to stand by my word. So there was a lot of little things like that really could have contributed to the story. I was surprised that didn't make it, but again, you know what? If they included everything, it would be a 6-hour episode. Nobody's going to watch that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was. It's really easy to sit back and look at the episode and say, boy, you made some bad decisions. And I did. I really did. I own them. Their decisions have consequences. But you know what? It is what it is. It's time to move on. I think it's easy to say reality TV is not my thing. I'm going to stick to what I know. That's cooking and fishing. I think that was my debut and my finishing episode. I'm never probably going to go on TV again.
Oh.
Well, hey, you were entertaining as hell while you were on there, so you did a good job, at least with the entertainment part. I do got to ask, though, before all of this, what made you apply to Deal or No Deal specifically?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I didn't even apply to Deal or No Deal. I had no interest in ever being on TV, period. That just doesn't appeal to me. I'm a simple guy. I don't need to be on the big screen or take the limelight. Fox had a show called Gordon Ramsay's Next Level Chef. Have you guys heard of that one?
I have.
Great. So every morning I have a cup of coffee and I go through my emails. And one morning there was an email sitting there saying, Luke, I'm with Fox, talent agent, whatever, some kind of a title. I found your story being a self-trained chef. We'd love to have you on the show. And I applied. I went through all the hoops they asked me to jump through, and I made the show, actually. I was going to go over to Ireland, but I had to clear out my schedule. I had to cancel a bunch of dinner parties. And most of them were fine with it, except for one. They said, no, you signed a contract. You're going to do this dinner. Being a guy of my word, I was going to do that dinner. So anyways, I passed up on that opportunity, and that talent agent said, hey, we'll get you on TV. And I thought, yeah, whatever. You're just being nice, right? She went to NBC, and she was of her word. She got me on TV. I didn't even apply for the show. She said, Luke, you want me to put your hat in the ring? I said, yeah, let's give it a shot. And essentially, that's how it came about. So, yeah, passing up on the first opportunity, I wasn't about to pass up on the second.
That makes sense. That's wild. That is wild. Like, and it's so funny because it's a lot of people who go through, they get in one portal and it doesn't work out, and then they end up on a different show, and that's why once you get in there, you're in there, which is wild to me. But I love that for you. So did you watch the first season?
Not really. I mean, when the casting agents were preparing us, they asked, you need to make sure you watch the first season. Do you understand the show? Do you understand all the aspects? And yeah. Okay, I did. I didn't watch it that closely because I had to clear out my schedule to go on the Banker's Island. I had to reschedule these dinners and front load my schedule. I was cooking just about until it was time to leave. So I really didn't have that much time to prepare, which it is what it is. I ran a lot. I made sure I was in peak physical condition, even though it didn't really matter. Yeah, it didn't matter. I could have showed up there and been in the worst shape of my life and still had the showing I had.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I mean, you didn't really watch Deal or No Deal Island. Did you watch any other reality TV coming onto the show? Did you recognize like Parvati or David coming in, or were they completely mysteries to you?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't watch a lot of TV. When I do, it's usually college football or NFL. I sure as heck wasn't going to watch reality TV. I'm grateful to be on this podcast that is based around reality TV, but I don't watch this stuff.
Look, it's okay. You don't have to watch it. You were on it. So now you're a part of this whole reality TV crazy world. So you don't have to watch it.
Welcome to the family, right?
Right. You are part of the Club
Exactly.
family now. And so that's what it is. So yeah. And you still don't have to watch it. Even afterwards. You don't have to watch it. It's fine. You still don't have to watch it. Who cares? It's one of those things that if you watch it, it's great, and it's to clear your mind for all the serious stuff that's going on in the world. And if you don't watch it, that's fine too. It changes nothing.
100%. I totally get it. Everybody needs an escape, right? My escape just happens to be a cigar at the end of the day with a little bit of bourbon.
Period. Love that for you. So, like, okay, what was going through your mind when you picked the risk section of the pyramid? And did you not hear David suggest that y'all all wait to see who got the highest case? Did you just not hear that, or you just didn't care?
Great question. Yeah. So I went with the risky cases because I wanted some control over my game, right? Like the worst thing that could have happened is to have someone else decide your fate. So I wanted to get at the controls right away. That was a smart decision, period. I stand by that. As far as David, love the guy, but as masculine, as strong, the guy looks like Zeus, right? You think he'd have a louder speaking voice. I sure as hell didn't hear him. You would think he would speak with a little more conviction. I didn't hear him at all. Why do you think Seychelles and I were already at the beach before anyone else? Because we couldn't hear him.
Wow. I was wondering because I was like, are they just like, we don't hear you or we don't care what you say? We're just going to go.
100%. We didn't hear David at all. And it made for great TV. The way it was edited, it looked like we both went rogue and we were a couple of stooges. I may be stupid, but I'm not. If I would have heard him, I would have stayed. But it didn't matter anyways. Because guess what? They did the switcheroo in the water. So it was really a moot point.
Jack, you got to ask the question because I feel like just connects with this.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you that like the only thing David got from that was seeing the values on the cases. But I mean, there's this whole disagreement near the end where it's like, oh, David might have not accepted a deal, but you stole a very public case. I am fully on your side that was one of the smartest moves you could have made at that moment. So in your opinion, do you feel like you were unfairly blamed for making your group lose the mission, or did we see that blame correctly on the show?
I think the blame was correct. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I didn't totally understand the case values completely to begin with. I made a very uneducated decision, even though that was our predetermined plan on the doctor. We were going to take the highest value case in the low case groupings because I thought, even though they had the high value case groupings, I thought one of those cases was worth 0. Obviously, I don't know where the hell I got that from.
Oh,
that's incorrect. But no, I deserve that blame. I got big shoulders. I'll take it.
I mean, we discussed it here when we do our recap. We said that you taking the case that you saw was the highest value. Wasn't the move that got your team in the bottom. It was David not taking the deal, which got y'all in the bottom. Yeah, you were to blame for taking the lowest case the highest case in the low section because you knew every case in the high section was probably higher than 450. But like you said, for some reason you thought one had 0. So you didn't know for sure and you didn't want to pick the 0 case. Makes sense. But David not taking the $750,000 deal because he wanted to be on top, which mathematically wasn't possible in the first place. Like even if he took the $1 million case, y'all still wouldn't have been on top. Y'all would have still just been safe. So mathematically, he should have just took the $750,000 deal to keep y'all safe, so none of y'all would be in the bottom.
I appreciate you saying it. The last thing I'm going to do is try to put blame on others, but absolutely, there was a route to keep us alive here. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with that. You're absolutely right.
I mean, look, this is what we do as fans of this podcast. We sit here and watch shows and break it down like, technically, mathematically, that wasn't possible for y'all to be on top. Even when he said, we want to be on top, I'm like, you can't be on top. Mathematically, it's not possible. Because Luke took $450,000, mathematically, it's not possible. So what you need to do now is preserve your safety instead of trying to be on top and just take the deal. But
right.
That's just us.
Hey, it's great that somebody's in my corner. I love it. I love it. But you know what? We can at least all agree with this. I didn't help our case at all, right?
No, you did not help. you
did
more.
But I mean, you still did fine. And I mean, that's also a thing of you thought there was a zero. If David at any point communicated, hey, there's no zero in there, probably changes your decision making, maybe.
Oh, I mean, come on, that's elementary, right? But like I told you guys prior to the show, you can leave this in it if you want, or you can edit this out.
Mm-hmm.
But I was dealing with some brain fog with the after effects of COVID. I wasn't going to tell anybody that during the show because then I'm a liability. Who in the hell wants to be my partner, right? If the guy's not even comprehending things. Even my interviews, I would have to ask the producers, can you ask that question again? And these were basic questions. But still, at the end of the day, is it or is it not a decision to still go on the show? I knew what I was doing. I'll stand by it. But yeah, brain fog is a real thing.
It is. I have it often, so it's okay. I know. So, okay, so being the first off is tough. We all know that. And even though it was a short time there, did you enjoy your time on the island?
Hell yes. Come on. You know what? My short time on the island was so worth all of the bullshit and critiques I've gotten afterwards. I would do it again. People feel bad for me. Come on, did I really lose? I got a reality TV experience, the whole Deal or No Deal experience wrapped up into 24 to 36 hours. Come on, it was intense. I can tell you one thing, I was never bored.
And you were in Fiji, for God's sakes, on an island with these domes to sleep in and breakfast catered, like things were catered to. It wasn't like you were on Survivor living in sleeping on the ground or nothing like that. So,
you know, to be honest with you, I kind of wished it was. No, I really do, because I felt it would have given me an upper hand. Being from Wisconsin, I do a lot of trips where I'll just go into the wilderness for 2 or 3 days and I'm camping. That's fun. And a lot of those folks on the show, they've been out of their elements, right? We had it so much better than season 1, too. God bless season 1 for kind of setting up the foundation for another great season. I mean, they really worked out a lot of the kinks so we could have a great season. But just having those accommodations, as great as it was like having the Ritz-Carlton, right? It really leveled the playing field for every contestant.
Yeah. Season 1 was great. I enjoyed season 1. We got to interview a lot of the cast from season 1, so I was very excited. And I got to meet them, and they're so nice. So hopefully we'll get to meet some of this cast so I can say season 2 is so nice. It's so great.
Yeah, season 1 seemed like a great group of people. A lot of them have messaged me and, you know, kind of patted you on the back, brush yourself off, Luke. They're just great people. Kim, Amy, Dawson, God bless them all.
Yeah, they're great. But yeah, go ahead, Jack. I was about to steal your question, but
oh, you're good. You're good. I mean, so during the, I'm going to use the word infamous, but I'm going to go with interesting because I found it a really fun game to watch. During your Deal or No Deal game, one of the things that was really consistently shown to us was Sydney giving you advice on numbers and calculations.
Yeah.
And it kind of being wrong. How much did you take her advice and how did you feel about her giving that advice so heavily?
All right. So I'm going to give you guys something on this podcast that I haven't given anyone else. And also, I think Sydney was painted really poorly. Come on. She had some pretty bad traits, but she wasn't all that bad. I actually told Sydney just before I went to Temple about what I just told you guys. I said, I had COVID. I am in such bad brain fog. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to make the calculations, if I'm going to make a good decision. She said, don't worry. I got you. I will guide you along. Just look to me. So Sydney seemed really outspoken, like she was almost being invasive. But I'll tell you right now, she was kind of asked to be that way on my part. So I did rely on Sydney quite a bit. I was in no headspace to really realize if those calculations were right or wrong. You know what? I did realize during Temple, we can make this one hell of an episode. Let's melt this son of a bitch down to the end, case number 7 all the way. And I kind of had that decision going in. Even though that 218,000 did look pretty good, I did think about it, but
that looked good. I was like, I was sitting here yelling. I was like, please, Luke, take the deal. Take the deal. I don't know. I was just like, just take it. I don't know because we don't know what's in the case, but I was like, for some reason, I don't think $600,000 is in this case. Take the deal.
Yeah, I understand. I was about to take the deal, but there was one little sentiment that dropped into my head. I think we can both agree that out of the 3 of us, myself taking 80% of the blame, I'll take 80, and maybe you put 20% on David. We put the team in the bottom. Seychelles didn't do a damn thing to get kicked off the island. And that came into my head. Even though she was spitting venom at me, I thought, you know what? She kind of has a right to. She just was along for the ride, and now she may get sent home because of mostly my decision. I thought, you know what? Case number 7 is going to pull me through. If this is destiny, I'll be alive. And you know what? If I go home, I'm the guy that deserves to go home, honestly.
I kind of love that. I kind of love that she was like, I'm going to take the responsibility for what I did. And I recognize that Seychelles didn't do anything. She grabbed her case and it was money. It was money and she did what she was supposed to do. Like she did
exactly what she was supposed to do. And again, maybe she wants to be seen this way as venomous. She's a strong girl, but I tell you what, she had reason to be that venomous on. She was told she was going home. Who wouldn't be pissed?
Right. And that's the thing. If you are already being told, if I win, you're gonna go home because I made an arrangement with the other guy. And so of course she's gonna be upset. And like I said, I don't know if she seemed annoyed. Like I don't think it was more of a venom, like she was trying to be mean or spiteful. She just seemed annoyed, and I think we were getting the edits from after she was told. Of course she is like, and that's why she was smiling when you were losing, because she was like, yeah, because I need him to lose, because if he wins, I'm going home, so I don't care if he loses. And so I'm like, makes sense to me.
Yeah.
There were so many cuts that did not make the show for one reason or another. I don't care. It is what it is. But even Joe asked Seychelles during Temple, Seychelles, do you know who's going home tonight? Seychelles said, yeah, it's me. Luke told me so. So that is such a hard pill to swallow. Okay, Seychelles did nothing wrong. Her hands are essentially tied. Watch this play out. You can't do a damn thing to save your game. I'd be pissed too.
Absolutely. Look, me and Jack, we play these online games, orgs and things, and I know I've been in a situation where my friend has told me, if I lose, you're going to go home. And I'm like, for what reason? I didn't do anything. So guess what? I'm pissed the entire time. And it's no money on the line for these games. So I don't really, it's not that big of a deal, but it's real money on the line for you guys. And so, of course, you're going to take it even more personal when someone is like, yeah, if I win, you're going home, even though you had nothing to do with anything.
There's a lot of weight to that.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was in Seychelles' shoes, this is how I would take it. It wasn't meant that way. But if I was Seychelles, it'd be like someone telling me, I don't care about your dreams. I don't care about your story. You're going home. You're a peon. Who wants to be told that? So I would have been just as pissed. Maybe I wouldn't have been as animated, but I would have been pissed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, Jack, you can ask the last question.
So, I mean, unfortunately, you left the game first. Just someone has to go. And
yeah,
if someone had to go, someone who was very honorable and made an interesting way out where you bank $1 for the team, which I personally love that. It's like, yeah, no, y'all are getting rid of me. Here's $1. Y'all can deal with this.
Look, it's $1 more than they had when they got there. So
yeah,
exactly.
I contributed.
You did.
Exactly. But as you were leaving, who were you rooting for to go all the way and win the game?
Yeah. So again, the cast, wonderful cast, but there's definitely a lot of them that I don't necessarily identify with as much. But the one guy that it felt like, okay, this guy's home is Rock. Rock, all the way. He is just a man of honor. He plays with dignity. What he says, it is what it is. You don't need to worry about Rock playing mind games or backstabbing. He is just a good man. And that's getting harder and harder to find in this world, right? People have their word. Rock's that person. So I really hope he pulls through. He's got a great story. Interesting man. I wouldn't mind seeing David do well. Lachelle's another good one. But first and foremost, Rock.
I love that. I love that so much. I don't know. I'm looking at Rock. I haven't really paid much because he didn't get a lot in this edit. We didn't get a lot of Rock in this edit. So we'll have to check him out and see what kind of edit he actually gets in the rest of the season. But
yeah, in episode 1, it gives you a very quick flavor of who Rock is. He comes down the path. He's, just ran for his cases. He shows up, no stage fright for him. He looks at one of the models and says, where's the Coors Light? Because there is tea right next to him. He's just, how he comes up with this stuff and how his mind works is just beautiful. He's just a unique guy.
It's I can't wait. I love it. I did say when they said gave us your backstory in the first episode, I was like, oh no, we're losing Luke.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. We just knew with the edit. I was like, we're losing Luke, aren't we? And then I was like, when everything started happening, I was like, yep, we're losing Luke. We got the backstory right away. We don't get backstories unless we probably are going to lose. It's either we losing them or they going all the way. And I was like, with the way this is happening, we finna lose Luke. Okay, well,
quick character development, right?
Right, very quick. We learned everything we need to know about you in the first 10 minutes of the show. I was like, we are definitely losing Luke. Oh no, but it was such a pleasure, Luke. It was such a pleasure to have you here on the show. It was such a pleasure to watch you on Deal or No Deal Island. The short period of time, it was fun. You were definitely entertaining, as Jack said. You may not want to go back on reality TV again. You may not even watch reality TV after this again, but just know you are cemented into the reality TV family. You are a part of the Cup family. You were entertaining. We enjoyed having you. And anytime, if you decide to watch any other reality show ever and you want to talk about it, this is the place to come back and do it.
All right.
We would love that. We would love to have you here. And We're just gonna say thank you again, and second of all, y'all know what to do. Subscribe to this channel before you leave. You want to see more interviews and more things that we talk about, subscribe to this channel and all of our other channels. Follow us on all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, all of the things. Follow Luke. Luke, is there anything you want to plug? Tell us about that you want to shout out?
Yeah, all right. Well, you know what? I'm a really shitty reality TV star, but I am a pretty good chef. So if you want to follow me, Private Chef Luke on Instagram, I have privatechefluke.com. And believe it or not, this is a hard one to remember. You can find me on Facebook by typing in Private Chef Luke. I do intimate dinner parties in northern Wisconsin. If it's the right job, I will travel. That's truly my passion. I love connecting with people through food.
Love that. All of his socials will be down in the description below. Y'all see it scrolling across the screen. It's right there. Go follow Luke. Go follow Luke and check him out. And if you're in Wisconsin or northern Wisconsin or close, go get him to make you some food.
Yeah.
Do that. But all right, y'all, we're going to get out of here. So, you know what? Cheers to you, Luke. Cheers to you. Oh, get your cup mug too. Or your
Oh, yeah, I got one here too. Cheers.
Cheers, y'all. Bye.
Cheers.